The largest roof-mounted solar heat and power system in the UK is currently on the British Library in London, saving over 55 tonnes of carbon every year.
The British Library is an iconic UK symbol of knowledge and culture. Naked Energy is proud to support the library's heat decarbonisation efforts and its commitment to sustainability.
At Naked Energy, we design, engineer and manufacture solar energy collectors. They're the highest energy density solar collectors in the world, and we call them Virtu. Virtu is elegant, versatile and robust. We're proudly leading the way, helping large-scale commercial and industrial clients profitably decarbonise their heat and power consumption.
Most of the energy we use in the UK is actually used as some form of heating, so either to heat the buildings that we occupy or to heat industrial processes. Globally, heat makes up around 50% of the energy we use worldwide. Heat really is the most challenging type of energy to decarbonise, and the reason is you have to do it at the point of use, so that's building by building. You can't do it in a centralised network like you would do with electricity. The system at the British Library is a mix of Naked Energy's solar thermal and hybrid PVT technologies called Virtu, and the latter produces both heat and electricity from the sun, so it's able to decarbonise both gas and electricity consumption. Every year it will displace 267 megawatt hours of gas and 14 megawatt hours of electricity. The library has a heat-driven humidity control system to keep all the books and manuscripts at a constant humidity, and added to the space heating and domestic hot water demands means it has a year-round need for heat, which until now has been provided entirely by burning natural gas. The solar installation at the library will reduce its Scope 1 emissions, and that means the emissions that are produced on site. And that's typically the most challenging type of emission for any business or public building to reduce. Every solar thermal system implicitly has heat storage. In the case of the library, it has a very large 15,000 litre store to allow it to provide constant heat throughout the year. The Virtu tubes contain absorber fins which are tilted towards the sun. And in the case of the PVT tubes, they contain PV cells. The cells convert about 20% of the sunlight to electricity. Most of the remaining 80% is converted to useful heat, which is used in the building. On a typical PV panel, that heat would be lost to the atmosphere, but because we have the evacuated tube in the PVT, this means we keep all the heat inside, and then it gets taken by a fluid channel into the building to be used for those heat uses. The whole installation is run by an intelligent control system which simplifies operation and maintenance.
The system at the British Library should last at least 20 years. Over that time, it will displace over 1,000 tonnes of on-site carbon emissions. The product itself is made from abundantly available materials and is fully recyclable. At Naked Energy, we're really transparent about our embodied carbon within the product and also, very importantly, the ethics of our supply chain. By reducing its reliance on fossil fuels, the British Library is taking a significant step towards its sustainability goals, whilst at the same time protecting itself against the volatile fossil fuel prices. The Virtu installation at the British Library is a shining example of how you can harness the sun's energy to create a cleaner and more sustainable future. By embracing innovative solar heat and power technologies, we can improve energy efficiency and reduce the impact on people and planet.